this motor's done. By the time you see this video is going to be old. But got the new exhaust gaskets in there. I'm not even wearing a microphone. Everything's cleaned up for the most part. Got the boots up in there. Did all new spark plugs all the way around. And thought about polishing these valve covers for him just because I know how anal he is, but no, that's not happening. So, but yeah, she's ready to go in the bike. So during this video, it'll be in the bike. As you see us doing it, I just decided to make one video for most of the rest of this thing. We got some other things we're going to do, but so anyway, so stay tuned. Going to put the motor in. Actually, by the time you see this video, the motor's already been in. We're probably close to starting it up. But, you know, we're ready to put it in. And what we decided we got to do, we already knew this ahead of time, is do all the hoses. And so it's time. So before I put the motor in, I'm going to get these hoses done. But I want to just show you right here. So right up in here, let's get you up there. That's the infamous T that we see it leak. See, there's a T right there. It's where the hoses come together. So anyway, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and replace those with all the other hoses that we've had that we've replaced so far. So it's all new hoses in this bike. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and get this motor in. All right, so we just went ahead and pulled this out of the bike. And that's the T I was talking about. It's the problem right there. So now we're going to lay out the new hoses, and we'll get them situated and put back on the bike. So we'll be back. As you can tell, the motor's in. We've been doing some wiring stuff. You can see here there's a horn. That's one of the stubble horns. And it wasn't working. In addition to that one not working, he also has one up here. So he gave us new ones, but apparently what was going on with this is there's a relay right here. So you got one there, and you got a relay in the back. One of the relays was bad, but the reason the whole thing wasn't working is amongst the wiring mess that was back here, everything was kind of tucked out of the way. He had a distribution block that comes off this switch right here. You can see that switch. And it wasn't a really good one, and it was completely rusted out on the ground side of everything, which was causing the whole problem. So we've eliminated that for now. Extended wires, took it up to the battery because we talked to him about a better fuse block, but at this point he said don't worry about it, we'll just go to the battery. So so we're getting really close. We're going to go ahead and get the tank off today, and we're going to go ahead and finish with the radiator and the main air box, and we should be ready to fire this thing up. All right, so something else I wanted to point out, actually what I was going to show you, I found that distribution block. So after we run all our electrical tests, there's rust down in here, so that's done. Customer had a non-working rear brake and asked us to put the chrome one on that he's had for years. So we went ahead and I pulled this thing apart, and you can look at it. It was really, really nasty. All the seals were shot on it. The pistons were not in great shape. They weren't horrible. So got a dirty chrome one right here. I'm getting ready to put brake pads on and get it on the bike and bleed it out. And we'll take a look at it and see how that looks shortly. All right, guys. So this thing is about 95% done. We didn't go into a whole lot of video stuff. We was putting stuff together because we've done that in the past and stuff. But you're here for the first start. Larry has already turned it on and primed the fuel system 3 or 4 times, and now we are going to do the first start, which we're not going to rev it because this is a brand new build. I mean, all new bearings and everything. So right now it's just going to be starting it, and we're going to let it run for a few minutes, shut down. Tomorrow we're going to go through excuse me, and take care of everything else. Nice. We got no FI lights. That's because we know what we're doing. Just kidding. awesome deal. So we're getting extremely close to getting this thing out. So we do need to let it run and make sure there's no antifreeze leaks and all that kind of stuff. Check, make sure there's no oil leaks from the case. You know, we got a checklist of stuff we got to go through, but the motor sounds like a champ. You know, it's pretty much good to go. We just got to add that 5th quart of oil in now, because on a full build, you got to do 5 quarts. We do 4, let it run for a few, and then add the 5th, which we're getting ready to do now. So we'll be back a little bit later on, probably in the next video, of this thing done and ready for a road test.